Our Gen Con coverage is brought to you by Hit Point Press. From animated spell and tarot cards to their breathtaking Humblewood campaign setting and adventure, Hit Point Press is your one-stop shop for amazing 5e content. Check out our links below for all the gaming goodness.
We finally made it over to our Steamforged Games booth here with our good buddy Richard August. Richard, how's it going?
Brilliant, as always. Exhausted, but great fun.
You had a little adventure getting into town, from what I hear.
Atlanta Airport, we were delayed for 5 hours by a swarm of bees. As you know, obviously, what else? Why wouldn't there be just bees infesting the luggage?
It just makes sense. Hartsfield Airport in Atlanta is known for having a lot of interesting distractions, and that's just one of them. We have bees that do that. It's just part of the service. You pay for that with your airport fees.
I mean, I loved every moment of it. That 5 hour delay on a plane, we couldn't leave because of bees. Yeah, brilliant.
I'm glad you finally made it. Your booth is gorgeous this year. You got some new art. You got some new signage. It's looking lovely. What are you highlighting here today?
So the big one, can you see it? Local Legends Tavern kit is up for the best aid accessory non-digital. Fortunately, we're not competing with Grady. I just don't want to spoil our relationship by getting overly competitive. But that's always an honour to be nominated, and the Tavern Kit is awesome. It's a way of basically making tavern encounters which are iconic tropes and real part of the fabric of fantasy RPGs, but either they kind of don't do what the GM needs them to do a lot of the time, or players inevitably only talk to the goblin you stuck in the corner at a moment's thought because they asked who else was in the tavern, rather than to the person who's giving you the mission and all that. So we wanted to make something that made that easier for the GMs, and the tavern encounter, the tavern tales box is hopefully an answer to that and something GMs can use. We've also got the new epic encounter sets, the Drider, Pit of the Drider and Palace of the Drow Queen, which I'm really proud of because I think we took what's iconic about the Drow and made it more palatable and less problematic, I think.
It's a really interesting take on the Drow origins. Something a little different. I don't know if we want to spoil it or not.
So basically they were made by other elves, I think is the best way of saying that, and that's why they're evil, because they're constructs. That's what they were built to do. And so I should shout out Dave Salisbury from Fanboy 3 in the UK, which is a great game store, who that we were kind of discussing elves, and he has a fantastic take on the Drow, where that I shouldn't say it. Driz Do'Urden is an incel in his version, basically, and it's very, very funny. But that started me thinking about, well, how do you make the Drow themselves, but without it being, I suppose, full-on racist, really, and a lot of, because the Drow are cool in some ways, but also very uncool in others. So I wanted to make them still themselves, but unproblematic, and hopefully we've managed to do something close to that.
I love taking things that could have been problematic in the past, bringing in the essence of them into the future that we can still use and enjoy around our tables without making anybody feel uncomfortable. It's a great thing to do.
I think that's such an important part of modern role-playing games, and is removing those unfortunate elements of the past. We can't pretend they aren't there, but we still love Cthulhu, even though H.P. Lovecraft is a truly dreadful human being. So I think it's a worthwhile exercise.
Back to the tavern set real fast, because I just think every campaign, there's at least once every couple months where my party wanders into a town, they want to go to a tavern, and I don't know about you, but I just immediately I don't have anything prepared, so maybe I just hit Google or something and let me find a tavern real quick that I can use, or just come up with something on the spot. But sometimes it's fun to have something a little bit pre-made. So this one, you get quite a few taverns in different settings that you are ready-made to pull off the shelf. They can serve as like a hub for adventure,
Exactly, yeah. So there's 10 taverns inside it, all different kind of classic fantasy archetypes. You've got your classic roaring fire, big hearth, wonderful food, all that sort of stuff. You've got your weird, creepy thieves' den, like something from Lankmar and Fritz Lieber. Fafford and the Grey Mouse will be there. You've got a big fighting pit, because who doesn't want to be a gladiator, etc. And all of these inns are fully realised. They've all got NPCs. They've got really beautiful maps inside and out that you can lay on the table and let players point and think about and gesture to, and really get involved in feeling what it would be like to be in there. They've also got their own local legends, which are kind of, in the tavern set, they are hints about things the players could be doing there if you want to turn this session into a full adventure. And then we've also got the little mini epic encounters, which I can show off there, which are, they're kind of $25, and they're a great intro to what epic encounters is, because you still get cool minis, you still get a great map, you still get an encounter all written, but they are a lower price point, cheaper to pick up, and great for half a session's play.
Does this come with the tavern? Does this come with the actual tavern information as well, or is that only in the tavern book? So
you get a few details about the tavern in here, but not the fully fledged thing. In the same way you get in the tavern set, you get details about the adventure, but you don't get the full adventure.
Gotcha. Are there any talks about expanding the line, getting more taverns down the road, or something along those lines?
There may well be. What we want to do is to take this concept and this approach and apply it to other classic fantasy tropes that see all the time in RPGs. So things like temples, things like markets, things like tombs, all these classic things where if you're a DM, you're going to stumble into them. You might not know when you're planning that session that's where it's going to go, and you need something to pull out, and that's what we want these sets to be. So yeah, there is definitely a big future for this line. I can't spoil anything, but the new set has been decided upon. It has a name. We're talking with artists, so it's starting to gear up. So it might even be here for next Gen Con. Who knows?
Is that something that are y'all thinking about going back to Kickstarter for future ones, or just kind of do it directly?
I can't say for certain. I don't think we'll go to Kickstarter for the next one. Things change so quickly in this industry, but yeah, I think this will probably be retail direct.
Tell us a little bit more about some of the other products you have around here. I know you have RuneScape, which is kind of a newer thing for y'all. I'm not as familiar with it. Tell me a little bit about it.
RuneScape, so it's a classic MMO, and what we've done is taken it and turned it into a board game, which is called RuneScape Kingdoms, The Shadow of Elvarg, and RuneScape Kingdoms, the role-playing game. The role-playing game is a rules-light, very fast to learn, very fast and easy to pick up, using 3d6, and it's basically designed to get you to the table very, very quickly. It has a very fast, smooth character creation system. It's skill-based. You're basically 3d6 roll low, and you're looking to roll under a target number formed by an attribute and a skill. And they'll be ranged between, sort of 0 and 18, depending on what you're looking for, those numbers, and you're looking to roll under. And the degree of success will get you extra resources if you're trying to mine or cut down trees, because so much of RuneScape is about, harvesting resources and crafting. So we've got a full crafting rule section. I think it's a really, really fun, really great introduction for people to the hobby, and that's what we wanted. We wanted something where RuneScape fans could pick this up, play it at the table, be competent and feel in control of the game really, really quickly. So hopefully that's what we've done. So you have to read it and tell me.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We got a pile of books set up by my little comfy reading chair at home that I need to get through.
Nice.
Just finding the time these days. But you also have another one that's been around for a little while that you've worked on. I've got some of them at home, some really cool minis for Dark Souls. Tell us a little bit about that.
So the latest Dark Souls game, which we don't have with us, the latest Dark Souls book is called Tome of Journeys, and that is basically a compendium of cool things we didn't have room for in the core game. So it's lots of lore from the original Dark Souls, because we focused on Dark Souls 3 in the core book. It's got 2 fully realised and fleshed out adventures that you can start playing immediately. It's got a kind of a really good breakdown of how to create a cool Dark Souls encounter in the kind of way we do in Epic Encounters. It's got a few new bosses, it's got new weapons, it's got a couple of new classes to bring in those ones that aren't in Dark Souls 2 or 3, but are in the first Dark Souls, so we didn't have them in the core book. It's basically everything fans wanted and were looking for, and we've been able to put it into this new book. So it's called Tome of Journeys, and it's out now.
Excellent. And I out of the corner of my eye, a Monster Hunter box over there. I don't know if that's RPG related. I think it's more like your board game line, correct?
That's correct, yeah. We kickstarted it a few years ago. We've just had a big reprint. People are raving about it. It's a really very popular game. Who doesn't love hitting big monsters in the face?
Does it have minis involved in it?
I mean, they are mini in the loosest sense of the word.
Gotcha.
They are huge.
Are they some that we could use like in our D&D style games? I haven't had a look at them yet.
Absolutely. They could definitely be used. I think there's a couple that kind of go beyond gargantuan, the kind of gargantuan scale maybe. So
fine.
if you want to and they'd be difficult to face. I wouldn't want to. But who knows, maybe we'll be able to do a version in the RPG in the future. That's something we're hoping to be able to do. And we're talking to some great designers about that now.
Okay. Anything else you want to tease for us? Anything coming down from Epic Encounters that you can tease us with a little bit?
There may be a very cool crossover with a great company whose games we love. So I can't say any more because obviously we want to do a joint announcement. I will say I think when people see it and get hold of it, they're going to love it because I'm really, really proud of it. And I think it's not just a departure for Epic Encounters in terms of it's the first crossover we've done, but I think in terms of the adventure writing, it's also a new iteration on the classic formula we've set up.
Is it the beginning of things to come, or is it just a one-off interesting divergence?
I think it would be fair to say there are going to be more sets like this in the future, yes.
Do you know when we might hear more?
I think fairly soon after Gen Con, but I don't want to say any more than that because China Blue, if you're watching, see, I didn't say anything. You can't hurt me.
Fair enough. I can vouch for you. Anything else you want to tease for us today in your booth, or reasons for folks to stop by and say hi?
Well, we've got some amazing War Machine demos being run by Jamie Perkins and Sherwin Matthews. So if you're new to War Machine and you're interested in that, obviously we've just acquired the IP. We're huge fans of it. It's a really, really great game. Come on by and take a look because I think it's something we want more people to get into because it's a really, really great system. It's a lot of fun. And we've got a lot of big plans for it coming soon.
Those demos over there look really cool, the minis I have set up for it.
Oh yeah, the minis are gorgeous, especially we've got some colossals and they are big, big things and they are gorgeously painted.
Well, Richard, good luck tonight at the Emmy Awards. We always love seeing you, and I think you might come join us for Clock Tower sometime, yeah?
I would love to, yeah, that would be great. And good luck to Grady tonight as well.
Grady's up for the Tianja setting guide, so our world guide, so we're looking forward to that. All right, Richard, well, maybe we'll see you tonight at the Emmys.
You certainly will. See you soon.
All right, take care. Stay tuned here at the Gallant Goblin for the latest from Gen Con 2024. For now, stay safe, have fun, love each other, and I will see you next time at the Gallant Goblin.